Hello and welcome back to the only channel brave enough to ask the real questions. Like, why didn't the Ministry of Magic just obliviate Voldemort's memory of ever wanting to be evil? It seems like a pretty simple fix to me, but hey, what do I know? Which brings us to the topic of today's video, where we will be breaking down one of the most casually used, yet society-shattering spells in the entire series, Obliviate, the Memory Charm. I am going to give it a ranking based on our patented scale of destruction, so here's the criteria. 1. Harmless party trick. 2. Mildly abusable. 3. Society-bending things that make you wonder, why is not everyone doing this? 4. Collapse risk. This should be causing really substantial problems, but it is not for some reason. And lastly, 5, which is basically apocalypse, end of civilization stuff. I can already hear the keyboards clacking with, "It is just magic, don't worry about it." And to that I say, where's the fun in that? So let us dive into the memory hole that is Obliviate. The first time we see this spell used in a truly problematic way is not on some dark wizard or for some noble cause. No, it is used on a completely innocent muggle, Mr. Roberts, at the Quidditch World Cup. The Ministry wizards are so nonchalant about it, mentioning he needs a memory charm 10 times a day to keep him happy. 10 times a day. That is not magic, that is psychological torture. They are essentially performing a lobotomy on this poor man every hour on the hour, just for the sake of convenience. This casual disregard for a person's mind and identity is horrifying. It establishes a world where wizards view muggles as little more than inconveniences, whose minds can be wiped and rewritten at will. There is no consideration for the long-term damage this could cause. What happens to Mr. Roberts after the World Cup is over? Does he have massive gaps in his memory? Is he left a confused shell of a man? The narrative never addresses this because, to the wizarding world, it simply does not matter. This alone should be causing major diplomatic incidents. Then we have the Gilderoy Lockhart problem, which reveals an even more terrifying aspect of Obliviate, the danger of incompetence. Lockhart, a fraud who is terrible at most magic, is apparently quite skilled at this one specific spell. But when his own memory charm backfires from Ron's broken wand, it doesn't just make him forget the last 5 minutes. It completely and permanently destroys his mind, reducing him to a childlike state with no memory of who he is. This implies that Obliviate has a catastrophic failure state. If you are a skilled wizard like Hermione, you can precisely remove specific memories. But if you are unskilled or your wand malfunctions, the spell becomes a sledgehammer that shatters the entire psyche. This makes it one of the most dangerous spells for an average wizard to even attempt. Unlike Avada Kedavra, which requires immense dark intent and power, Obliviate can cause irreparable harm through simple clumsiness, a broken wand, or a moment of distraction. The societal implications of this are staggering. The Ministry of Magic apparently uses this for mass operations. Pottermore mentions an operation involving 167 memory charms to hide the origins of the Hogwarts Express. This is the perfect tool for a government to cover up anything it wants. They can literally rewrite history, and nobody would ever know the difference. Any scandal, any mistake, any crime can be wiped from the book. Collective consciousness of both the magical and muggle worlds. It creates a society built on a foundation of lies. How can anyone trust their own memories when they know a government agency has the power and willingness to alter them on a whim? This is the stuff of dystopian nightmares. There is no way to verify facts or hold power accountable when the evidence can be erased directly from people's brains. The potential for abuse is infinite, and it seems to be standard operating procedure for the Ministry, which is a terrifying thought. Finally, it completely breaks any concept of a functioning justice system. If a criminal can just obliviate all the witnesses, what is to stop them? A Death Eater could murder a family and then simply wipe the memory of the sole survivor. How could you ever prove guilt? The entire legal system would collapse under the weight of this one spell. Testimony is worthless, evidence can be manipulated, and justice becomes a matter of who is the better wizard, not who is right. For all these reasons, I'm giving Obliviate a solid 4 out of 5. It does not create a physical apocalypse, but it absolutely creates the conditions for a total societal collapse. It undermines identity, history, truth, and justice. The fact that the wizarding world has not already devolved into a paranoid state of complete distrust, where no one is sure what is real, is the biggest plot hole of all. The spell is so fundamentally destructive to the fabric of a free society that its casual use should have caused the world to unravel long before Voldemort even showed up.